Jake, you're a great person to start with based on your most recent experience in data intelligence. I'm curious what your thoughts are around some of the most common obstacles that staffing firms face in performance tracking.
Yeah, I think, the biggest thing that we see, the kind of overarching reason here is that they just don't know where to start. They either don't know about the data that they have within the systems that they currently own, or they know that the data is there, but they don't know how to use it. If most of the staffing firms that are either on this call or the ones that we deal with, I would say they know the data's there, when they're looking in their ATS, when they're looking in their office suite, when they're looking at the phone system, all of those tools that they're using have some type of analytics and reporting involved in those tools. But it's hard to match up those basic analytics that they're seeing with the outcomes and results that they're seeing from their recruiters, their staffing members, their salespeople, and the rest of the people in the organization. So trying to make those two silos kind of connect the dots there on seeing the data, making it make sense with what the results and the outcomes that we're seeing are. But mostly it's just knowing where to start. It's knowing where that data lives within the systems itself, and the tools that they're using. It's finding that data, finding the time to make sense and digest that information and pair it with the outcomes that we're seeing. But also, that goes along with not knowing where to start. It's the question of where do we even begin? Where does how do I talk to my employees about it? How do I use this with my managers? How do I teach my managers how to use this data and performance tracking to coach up my recruiters better? How do we identify issues? What does the data mean, and things like that? I think it's a new problem that we're all experiencing, especially in the staffing world, of just this avalanche of data that can be really, really, really valuable to our organization in a multitude of ways. But it does take a lot of bandwidth for these companies and the people at these organizations to figure out exactly how to use it. So I would say that's probably the biggest obstacle that we see is how do we start, how do we implement it, and then how do we use it for the best of our organization.